Welcome back, everyone. This is Noteworthy, a podcast where we cover all things music and drama at O'Neill. This is our second episode, Playing It by Ear Part 2, and today we are talking about O'Neill's recent performance of Clue, the play. Today I have with me our co-host Abby, or should I say Mrs. Peacock.
How do you do?
Great, thank you, Mrs. Peacock. But in all seriousness, the play Clue, it was just fantastic. I wasn't in it myself, but I just watched it, and wow, I was laughing like every other scene.
Oh, thank you.
It was so good. I'm just curious, do you know how many tickets you sold or how many people were watching it?
So I don't know exactly how many tickets were sold, but I do know approximately 200 devices were logged in and watching the show.
Wow.
Which is easily 600 plus people.
Yeah,
saw it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think that many people usually go to the plays at O'Neill, right?
No way.
Wow. So you got a lot of viewers. That's really great. I mean,
Definitely.
I guess it's a pro of virtual plays, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice because families from all over the country could tune in and watch the show.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah, and that brought up ticket sales for sure. You know, when your aunt could tune in and watch from wherever.
Absolutely. That's a really great thing about being virtual. So I'm just curious. It sounds like a lot of work went into putting this all together.
Yeah.
What did your average rehearsal look like?
So we did it probably 3 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on the week, as we got closer, we actually had less rehearsals. You'd think we'd have more, but time away from the screen was key to keeping the play alive and people intrigued in rehearsal. So we would have rehearsal for about an hour and a half, and we would log on to a Google Meets and we would run over the script. We'd go over places we needed to work on, and we would just go through the show as many times as we needed to before it was how it needed to be. Yeah,
so for anyone who isn't too familiar with the plays, usually you have an audition day where you go in and read lines. What did that look like online, your auditioning?
Yeah, so that was weird. We that was also on a Google Meet, and we have this drama club group chat where people had to keep an eye on, so only a few people would be in the Google Meet at a time, and they'd be reading lines. Our director had certain places in the script she wanted to be the cold reading area where people just read it. So we would just wait until we got a text saying, all right, you can join the meet now and do your audition. So we just read from the script, and she chose based on how we performed our character.
I think everyone fit their role perfectly.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I agree. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I have to say, I was nervous going into this process because, I mean, people don't already come to the plays as much as we'd like, but the idea that it was more time on a screen and it was virtual and that people would have to go through the process of creating this account, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous, but I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, I know, at least for me, I had a really fun time sitting down with my family. We shared our computer on our TV screen and we got some snacks and it was really great.
So actually, while we're on that, when we did our show, so we did it over Zoom. We had been practicing on Google Meets and everything, but in order for us to be able to live broadcast our show, we had to do it through Zoom. And it was this really complicated process, and I'm very lucky that I was not a part of tech crew.
Could you get on a Zoom with your school email, or did you have to go outside of that?
No, we had to go outside of it,
and
we all had to use our own devices. No one could use their Chromebooks because I think it's blocked on the Chromebooks.
Oh.
So some people, some people on their phone even.
Oh, really?
Doing it. Yeah,
wow.
I was on a laptop. Thank goodness.
Yeah. But I couldn't even notice.
Yeah, so we did it through Zoom, and when you are watching the show, or if you watch the show, it was set up like a Zoom call.
Yeah, it was.
So you obviously were not a part of it. You were just watching it. Like you were watching somebody in a Zoom call or like you're watching class, except everybody was set up on this screen in their own squares. And we went on and off the screen on and off the stage by turning off our cameras.
So that was, were you turning off your cameras or was someone behind the scenes turning them off for you?
The actors were turning theirs on and off. But we did have tech crew, which was Chris, Derek, and Dylan.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they were so great. They were in charge of all of the sound effects, which...
Yes, I love them. The thunder, the dogs barking. It was so good.
I have to tell you, that was really hard, and it took a while for them to get that set up. So
I can imagine.
We're very grateful for them to be able to do that.
Absolutely. They're not the ones whose faces are out there, but the amount of hard work that crew puts in is outstanding. Definitely. They really deserve more credit.
They do. So they were doing that behind the scenes, and we actually... they had to set up all the broadcasting stuff, and they sent out all the emails for, like, ticket information. So, yeah, it was a lot of work, but obviously it turned out, and people seemed to enjoy it.
Yes, I loved it. So, just to clarify, you were performing live, right? It wasn't recorded ahead of time?
Yes, correct. So, everything you saw was in live time, and... That was another thing that we were all really nervous about.
So was your family watching at the same time as you were acting?
Yes. So I had to be in the basement due to loud laughers. But they were upstairs, and they actually plugged the computer and the TV as well so they could watch it. But that's what I was so nervous about, is because if there's a bunch of people on the network, and then
it could be slow, and then
it could lag, or you could get kicked out.
And if you could hear background noises,
I was so afraid that I would get kicked out of the call, because I had been kicked out during rehearsal, and other people have lagged. So it would be really unfortunate if in the middle of a live show you got kicked out.
Yes. That didn't happen though, right? Everything looked good to me. Okay.
No, everything went
Thank goodness.
Perfectly. I don't think there was any lagging.
No,
there wasn't.
It looked all good on my end.
Yeah, see, that makes me feel better to hear it from the view of a watcher. So.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but for what it was, I mean, the play Clue, it's funny, it has you on your toes, like, who did it?
Yes, who done it, man? But
and I thought you could tell that everyone put a lot of hard work in. It really paid off, and I loved all the jokes, and I thought the acting was really great.
Thanks, yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and even the costumes were really amazing. I mean, did you get that yourself, or was that school costumes? Can you tell us a little bit about the costumes?
Yeah, so most people got things on their own. Like, I had my dress, just lying around, fancy cocktail dress.
Of course.
But,
who doesn't have one on hand?
when you're a theater kid, that's just kind of an essential, But yeah, I had my dress, and all I really needed was, like, the peacock feather thing and a purse, which I ordered and I'm keeping rather than reimbursing it.
Okay. So you can buy things and then get reimbursed from the school, and then does the school keep those costumes, or?
Yeah, so they would go into the prop closet, the costume closet. But yeah, I don't think many people had their things reimbursed because most people just had the stuff lying around.
Right.
And we actually had, from last year when we were supposed to do Urinetown, there were these cop outfits.
Oh, yes.
So the people who were supposed to be the cops in the show this year for Clue, we just used the old cop outfits we never used for Urinetown. So
absolutely.
It was really convenient.
It really worked out well.
Yeah. And I had all my props. I just, used wine glasses.
Right,
whatever. So that was cool. Yeah. It made, spending money a lot easier.
It was really great. I was actually, after watching the play, I was inspired to go play the game. So my friends and family, we all sat down and played Clue afterwards. Yes. It was just so good. And I love how there were so many main characters. Right. So everyone had a lot of screen time, I guess.
Yes, yeah. I think people are worried about that, especially our seniors. It's been kind of a rough go for our now seniors.
Urinetown got cut short, we weren't able to perform it, and now a virtual play. Yeah, so we were kind of sad about that, and like I said, a lot of us were uneasy going into this idea of a virtual show, but this show fit
our cast so well, and everybody had a lead role.
Yeah,
and
it was great.
All the people who wanted their lead roles got their lead roles. And I just remember in audition, some people came in, they were like, I don't really want a big role. And so it worked out.
Yeah.
Everything worked out how it's supposed to, and I'm so glad that we did that show and that people enjoyed it, and it was like as quality as it could be for a virtual show.
For sure. I think it was a really great start to the year.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, I know that you're a drama club officer, Abby. So before we close out for today, I was wondering if you can tell us anything about the spring musical this year.
Well, actually, Claire, we're trying to keep everything on the down low.
Okay.
But just so you guys know, we do have some ideas in mind.
Ooh.
And we're really excited as we move forward, and hopefully as the whole pandemic stops. we're really hoping for that.
Remaining hopeful.
We are excited about our potential future for the spring musical.
Well, I am really excited to hear about it, and I can't wait. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in today. That's all we have for today, but next week we will promise you a special guest. We are keeping the guest a surprise, but trust us,
you are going to want to listen and tune in.
Absolutely. So once again, this is Noteworthy, part 2 of Playing It by Ear. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.